Good morning, students. In this video, we'll discuss about different types of number systems. That's binary number system, hexadecimal number system, and octal number system. Conventionally, the number system what we use is called decimal number system. That's a number system where we use 10 different symbols to represent the quantities. 10 different symbols are 0 to 9. In today's class, let's discuss how these different number systems, as I mentioned, binary, hexadecimal, and octal number systems are different from the conventional decimal number system. So before going to these different types of number systems, first let's see what are these number systems and how these are different from the conventional number system. As I mentioned, this binary, hexadecimal, and octal number systems, they refer to different types of number systems. The one that we conventionally or typically use is called decimal number system. Why it is called decimal number systems? There are 10 different symbols we use for representing the different quantities. These 10 different symbols that we use in this decimal number system are 0 to 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After 9, if you represent any quantity which is higher than 9, we have to go for the 2-digit number. So that's how we use this conventional number system, which is called decimal number system. The decimal number system, since we use 10 different symbols, it is said to be decimal, and each digit is represented as power of 10. Say for example, if you see this table, the first digit is represented as 10 power 0. That means each digit in this number system that is represented as power of 10. First digit is represented as 10 power 0. Second digit, that means the tens digit is represented as 10 power 1. Next digit is represented as 10 square, and the next higher digit is represented as 10 cube. So here, to understand, each digit is represented as base 10 because there are 10 symbols used in this number system, that is decimal number system, which is conventionally used number system. Though these are all very fundamental basics, it is very important to understand the conventional number system, that is decimal number system, in order to understand the other number systems which we are going to discuss now. That's binary, octal, and hexadecimal number system. So after knowing this basic information, now let's move on to the first number system we are going to discuss in today's class, that is binary number system. The decimal number system is called decimal number system because there are 10 different symbols used for representing the quantities. Obviously, when it is so, the binary number system has only 2 numbers, and here each digit is represented as power of base 2. In binary number system, there are only 2 symbols. Those 2 symbols are 0 and 1. And after we run out of these 2 values, because only there are 2 symbols, whereas in case of decimal number system, we have 10 different symbols. So up to 10 quantities, we can use these symbols. If you want to represent any quantity higher than the last number, you have to go for the 2-digit number. But here in case of binary number system, since there are only 2 symbols, very frequently we run short of the symbols. So we need to go for the next digit placement. In case of binary number system, after these 2 symbols are over, to represent the next higher value, you cannot use 2 because there is no 2 that exists in this binary number system. So in case of binary number system, if you want to represent 2 which is higher than 1, you have to go for the 2-digit value, that is 1, 0. To make it more clear, let's look at this table. Here it shows the numbers, how they are written in binary number system. As we know, 0 is there to represent the least quantity. Then another symbol what we have is 1. Then next higher value, if you want to represent, you don't have 2 in binary number system. You have to go for the 2-digit number, 1, 0. Next higher number is 1, 1. That's all. Then to represent the next higher quantity, you have to go for 3-digit number, that is 100. Next higher 101, then 110, 111, then go for 4-digit number 1000. It goes on like this. These are the equivalent values in the decimal number system. So here the point to understand, we have only 2 symbols in binary number system. To represent the next higher value, you have to go for 2-digit number, that is 10 in binary number system. Important points to remember in binary number system, there are only 2 symbols which are used in binary number system. They are 0 and 1. If you want to represent the higher value than 1, you have to go for the 2-digit number, that is 10. So this is how we represent the values in binary number system, and these are the equivalent values in the decimal number system. As we discussed, in binary, we represent the digits as power of 2. You take one example, that is 1001101, which is the binary number, and you can represent the digits as powers of 2 this way. The first digit is 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 square, 2 cube, 2 power 4, 2 power 5, 2 power 6. If you want to convert it into the decimal number, which is the equivalent decimal number, 2 power 6, 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 1 is equal to 64. Here 2 power 5, how much ever the value of 2 power 5, when it is multiplied with 0, it becomes 0. And again here it is 0. 2 cube is 8, 8 into 1, 8. 2 square is 4, 4 into 1, 4. Here again 2 power 1 into 0 is 0. 2 power 0 is 1, 1 into 1, 1. When you sum up all these values, 87. So this binary number is equivalent to 87, which is the number of decimal number system. So this is how, if one number is given in binary number system, you can convert that value into decimal number system. How? First you represent that value in the form of base 2, representing their digits, and then convert this value into the decimal number value. I hope this is clear for you. What are the uses of this binary number system? This is very useful in computer science application and electrical engineering applications. Usually these transistors operate from the binary system, and as you know, these transistors are found in all electronic devices. So that's where you find the application of this binary number system. Now moving on to the next number system, that is octal number system. This is another number system. As the name suggests, octal means 8. Here 8 symbols are used in this number system. What are those 8 symbols? 0 to 7. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So when we use these symbols to represent the quantities up to 7, no problem, you can represent the quantities. When you have to represent little higher value, you have to go for the next digit. That means if you have to represent the quantity 8, there is no 8 in this octal number system. The 8 is represented as 2-digit number, that is 10. Now let's look at this table, how these octal numbers are represented. As I told you, up to 7, it is same as decimal number system. To represent 8, there is no 8 in octal number system. That becomes the first 2-digit number 10. Next 1, 1 for 9, 1, 2, it goes on like that. And if you say, for example, 15, it becomes 17 here. And there won't be any 18. Then it becomes the 20 to represent 16. So that's how it goes on. Here few examples are given, the equivalent octal numbers for different decimal numbers. So that's how the octal number system is represented. As we have seen in case of binary number system, here also we use powers of 8, since this is base 8. Consider the number, one example, 3623 in base 8. 3623. First digit is represented as 8 power 0, 8 power 1, 8 square, 8 cube. And to convert it, 8 into 8 into 8 into 3 is this much. 8 into 8, that is 64 into 6 is 384. 8 power 1 is 8. 8 into 2, 16. 8 power 0 is 1. 1 into 3, 3. When you sum up this value, 1939 is the equivalent decimal number for 3623, which is the octal number. So this is how the octal numbers also can be converted into its equivalent decimal number. Next, moving on to the last number system, that is hexadecimal number system. This hexadecimal number system, as the name suggests, there are 16 symbols, which is the number higher than the conventional decimal number system. In decimal number system, as we all know, there are only 10 symbols we use, that is 0 to 9. But here in hexadecimal number system, there are 16 symbols which represent the numbers. What are those 16 different symbols used here? Definitely up to 9, same as decimal number system. After 9, we cannot use 10 because 10 is a 2-digit number. So to represent the higher quantity here, alphabets are used. A, B, C, D, E and F. These are the 16 symbols used in hexadecimal number system. Now let's look at this table, how these are equivalent to different decimal numbers. Since up to 9 it is same, it is started with, the table started with 9. In the hexadecimal symbol, 9 is equivalent to 9 in decimal number system. Then it has A is equivalent to 10. It goes on like that up to F. F is equivalent to 15. After 15, to represent the next higher number 16, we go for 2-digit number in case of hexadecimal number system, that is 10. 17 is represented by 11. So it goes on like this. After 19, it's not 20 here to represent 26. After 19, it goes as 1A, 1B, 1C and so on. Here the digits are explained as obviously powers of 16. So if you have the hexadecimal number 2DB7, how do you convert it into its equivalent decimal number? Take this number 2DB7, represent the digits in the form of power of 16, 16 power of 0, this digit 16 power of 1, this digit 16 square, 16 cube. 16 into 16 into 16 into 2 is this much. 16 into 16 into D is this much into B. You may wonder what is this D value, B value. If you just go back, D value is 13, B value is 11. Those corresponding values are taken and you can multiply and you can come up with these values. When you sum up all these values, this is the number you get. So for the hexadecimal number 2DB7, its equivalent decimal number is 11,703. So that's how you can convert hexadecimal number into its equivalent decimal number. So these are the different number systems: binary, octal number system and hexadecimal number system. What we discussed so far are what are the different symbols used in these different number systems, and if one number is given, how that can be converted into its equivalent decimal number, that is by representing the digits to the respective powers of bases. Meaning, if it is binary number system, the digits are represented as powers of base 2, whereas in case of octal number system, the digits are represented as powers of base 8. Similarly, in case of hexadecimal number system, the digits are represented as powers of base 16. I hope this point is clear for you. Now, in binary number system, we also need to know some basic arithmetic operations. Because if you look at the syllabus, some arithmetic operations of binary number system had also been given. So with simple examples, we will just look at the rules of each arithmetic operation. We will look at addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. all of you go back to your, may not be LKG, maybe your UKG first standard level, to recollect how did you do the addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. It is very similar with the slight changes. What are those changes that you need to understand? So binary arithmetic, first let us look at binary addition. The 4 rules of binary addition are, so there are 4 different cases. So how these rules of addition work in case of binary addition, that let us see. When 0 plus 0, the sum is 0, there is no carryover. I hope you all know what do I mean by carryover. 0 plus 1, the sum is 1, no carryover. 1 plus 0, 0 plus 1, 1 plus 0, it's all same, 1, no carryover. Then when there is 1 plus 1, remember in binary system, 1 plus 1, which means 2, there is no 2. 2 is represented as 1, 0. When 1 plus 1 is 1, 0, which is 2, 0 will be the sum, 1 will be carried over to the next column. This is the one thing you need to remember here. 1 plus 1 is 2. That means 1, 0. 0 will come into the current column. That means the summary column. I mean the summation column. The 1 is carried over to the next column. If you remember these 4 rules of addition, let's look at this example of one addition of 2 binary numbers. These are the 2 binary numbers we need to add. The first number 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0. Second number 0, 0, okay, 1, 1, 0. Okay, anyway, here also the left side zeros do not have any value. Now let's see how the addition can be done. 0 plus 0, 0. 1 plus 0, 1. 0 plus 1 also 1. Next 1 plus 1 is 2. That means 1, 0. 0 here, 1 is carried over. This one plus 1, 1 plus 1, 2. That means 1, 0, 0, 1 carried over. 1 plus 0 plus 0, 1. So this is your sum of these 2 binary numbers. So what is given here is the equivalent decimal numbers. This is equivalent to 26. This is equivalent to 12. When you add these 2 numbers, obviously the equivalent decimal number is 38. You can check, like, whether your calculation is right or wrong, because obviously you know the addition of these 2 numbers. So, if this is matching this addition is also correct. I hope you are able to follow. 0 plus 0, 0. 1 plus 0, 1. 0 plus 1, 1. 1 plus 1, 2. That means 1, 0. 0 here. 1 is carried over. 1 plus 1, 2. Again, 2 means 1, 0. 0 here. 1 carried over. 1 plus 0, 1. This is the addition of your binary number system. Moving on to the next arithmetic operation, subtraction, binary subtraction. Similarly, as we have seen in case of addition, here in case of binary subtraction also, the 4 rules are 0 minus 0, 0. There is something called borrowing in subtraction. I hope you all remember that. When there is 0, no borrowing. 1 minus 0, 1, no borrowing. 1 minus 1, 0, there is no borrowing. 0 minus 1. When 0 minus 1, you need to borrow 1. When you borrow 1, this 1 plus 0, 1, 0, which is equivalent to 2, that 2 minus 1 is equal, your subtraction value will come 1. Here it is actually, there is a small mistake happened here. Here it is not 0, it is 1 and borrowed 1. So please remember, all these things are very regular. 0 minus 0, 0, no borrowing. 1 minus 0, 1, no borrowing. 1 minus 1, 0, no borrowing. 0 minus 1 cannot be done. You all know that from the lesser value, higher value cannot be subtracted, right? So you need to borrow 1. When you borrow 1, this becomes 1, 0. 1, 0 minus 1 is 1, right? So that's how here it is going to be 1. It's not 0. 1, 1. Subtraction, the result of subtraction is 1. and you had borrowed 1. So these are the 4 rules of binary subtraction. Having known that, let's look at one example of this subtraction. Subtract this binary value from this value. So you take the first value here, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0. From that, you need to subtract this 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. Just to balance the digits, you can have another 0 here. As I told you, the left side zeros do not have any value. Now, subtraction, 0 minus 0, 0. 1 minus 0, 1. 0 minus 1. You are going to borrow 1. When you borrow 1 here, it becomes 1, 0. 1, 0 minus 1, 1. 1, 0 is actually 2. So, 1, 0 is since 2 minus 1, 1. You have borrowed 1 from here. That means here 0 is there. From here again borrow 1. This 1 and 0, 1, 0. 1, 0 minus 1, 1. Here anyway it is borrowed, means here it is 0. 0 minus 0, 0. So this is the subtracted value. I repeat once again, 0 minus 0, 0. 1 minus 0, 1. 0 minus 1 cannot be done. So you borrow 1. 1, 0 is 2. 2 minus 1, 1. Here it is 0 now. You borrow 1. 1, 0. 2 minus 1, 1. Here it is 0. Because it is borrowed here, 0. 0 minus 0, 0. This is your subtracted value. Moving on to binary multiplication. So here the 4 rules of binary multiplication: 0 into 0, 0, 0 into 1, 0, 0 into 1 or 1 into 0, 0, 1 into 1, 1. Here there is no change. It is just like your simple multiplication as we see in case of your binary. As you see in case of your regular decimal multiplication. One example. Multiply this value with this value where the result is this. Let's check now. The first number is 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0 will be multiplied with 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. So how do you do? First with 0, you are going to multiply this number. With 0, anyway, you just count the number of digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 zeros, right? Again, another 7 zeros, right? Next with 1, the same number will come. When you multiply this number with 1, same number will come. So, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, right? 0, 0. Again, once again, because you are multiplying with 1. 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. We are not going to multiply with these zeros again because it's going to be 0. Is it not? So, now let's sum it up. 0, 0, 0, here 1, 1, it's 1, 1 plus 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1 is carried over, 1 plus 1 again, 1, 0, 0, 1 carried over, this one comes down here. So, this is the product of multiplying these two numbers. I hope you are able to follow it. I repeat once again, this number is multiplied with this number. First with 0, same 7 zeros will come. Again with 0, 7 zeros will come. With 1, the same number will come. Again with 1, same number will come. Sum it up. This is how the multiplication of the binary numbers is carried out. Moving on to the last arithmetic operation in binary number system, that is division. This number is to be divided by this number, right? Whereas the value is this. Anyway, let's take first this number to be divided, that is 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. It has to be divided by 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. Obviously, this left side zeros does not have any value. So, let's take this 1, 1, 0 into consideration and divide. 1, 1, 0 ones are 1, 1, 0. you have to write here 110, because 101, if you take this 101 is less than 110. So 110, we will write from this digit 110. 0 minus 0, 0. 1 minus 1, 0. Right? So here there is no, only 0 is there. You borrow it. That means 10. 10 means 2. 2 minus 1, 1. Now you bring down this 1 here. Again, 1, 1, 10 ones are 1, 1, 10. 1 minus 0, 1. Here 0. You borrow 10 minus 1, 1. Right? So this 1 has been borrowed. So here it is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. Again, 110 is there. This 110. 110 means 110, I mean. 110 ones are 110. It becomes 0. So the value is 111. I repeat once again. 110 ones are 110. 0 minus 0, 0. 1 minus 1, 0. And here it is borrowed. 110 minus 1 is 1. This 1 is brought down here. Again, 1 minus 0 is 1. Borrowed. 10 minus 1 is 1. And here 0 is brought down. 111 will be the answer. That is how the binary division is carried out. What are the uses of this binary code? Earlier I mentioned that it has got applications in computer science and electrical engineering. It represents the text or computer processor instructions using binary number system, 2 binary digits that are 0 and 1. In computing and telecommunication, these binary codes are used for various methods of encoding data, such as character strings into bit strings. These are the uses of this binary number system. So this is what you need to learn in this number system. We looked at what is conventional number system that we use, that is decimal number system, where we use the symbols, 10 different symbols, 0 to 9. And there the digits are represented as powers of 10 because it is decimal number system. So with this information, we also looked at different number systems that are binary number system, where only 2 numbers are used, 0, 1, whereas in octal number system, 8 different symbols are used. Here the digits are represented as powers of 8. Similarly, hexadecimal number system also we looked at it, where 16 different symbols after 9 alphabets are used. Here the digits are represented as powers of 16. And we also looked at if one number in that particular number system is given, by representing them as powers of their respective bases, we can convert that different number system quantity into decimal number system. Later we looked at different arithmetic operations of binary number system by looking at the rules of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. One examples. We also try to work it out so that you can understand easily. In the exams, from this topic so far, they just asked for 2 marks. What is binary number system? That is all I have seen in the exams. And this topic is not there for BT students. This is there only for microbiology students, bioinformatics syllabus, that's in unit 1. But anyway, since it is there given in the syllabus, this much information you can be aware of. So I think with this class, I have touched upon all the topics of bioinformatics. I hope I tried to, make it clear for you. All the materials also provided to you, whatever had been taught. I told you in the earlier class also, if you have any doubts or issues with respect to course material, you can contact me. Thank you very much for your patient listening. Keep preparing for your exams.